What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing our horror movie haul for this last month. So technically August. I missed the month before, but we're getting to this one now, so let's get to it. First up, we got Uzumaki, which is also known as Spiral in English. It is a live-action horror movie based on the manga called Uzumaki that was actually put together by Junji Ito, who is famous for doing a lot of Japanese manga and stories, and he's got tons of other movies that are based off of his work. This is one of the weirdest and one of the best, I personally think, but this is the one I own physically thanks to one of our viewers, Plemke, so thank you, buddy. But yeah, that's the actual book that this movie is based off of. Now, technically, this is a movie that should have had about a trilogy of these movies, okay? This is the first third of that book, essentially, almost identical to the book. Like almost exactly like the book. And it is stylish. It is really fucked up practical effects and CGI. It is a story about people who just start seeing spirals everywhere, and then the whole town becomes consumed by spirals. People start turning into spirals. People's hair starts turning into spirals. People's eyes. There are people that turn into snails because they're spirals, because of the shells. Like the sky starts turning into a spiral. Like the whole world gets torn apart and torn into a spiral. And this is a live action version of that, which to me, this fucking movie was great. And a lot of people were being uber picky about it over some stupid shit. And we could have had a fucking trilogy of this, you fucking moron. But no. This is the only remnants we have left. I feel like even if they tried to go back to this, they would just need to redo the whole fucking thing again. But I really love the vision of this one. And if you've never seen it, it's actually up on Amazon Prime right now. You can watch it in HD, but I wanted to have the physical copy. This is from the Discotheque. This is like a Discotheque Media, which they do anime, and this is their release of it. Now, it does have some extras on it. It's got some behind-the-scenes camcorder footage and a director's commentary, but I believe that was what was on the DVD for this. This is kind of a movie that a lot of people didn't like and has gotten popularity over the years. So, have you seen this, though? This is one of my favorites. I love this. I wish we could have gotten 2 more movies of this. It would have been insane. Up next, we got Haunt, which is a movie that was put out on Shudder. It is a Shudder original, actually, that they did from the writers of Quiet Place and the producer of Eli Roth. Now, this is a very simple movie. This is about a group of kids going into a haunted sort of house in the middle of nowhere. The people who work there start basically trying to kill them off. And the way that they do the suspense and everything in this is really fucking good. They wear like these stupid masks, like this one that you're seeing on here. Like these stupid old school masks while they're going around killing everybody. But there's a twist to it that you don't really see coming right away that is also pretty cool. And even the ending, which kind of reminded me, and I'm not going to say what it is, but it kind of reminded me of the movie The Collector, if you've ever seen that movie, which has a pretty cool ending on this one. Now, this is a pretty straightforward movie. Kids go in a haunted house. They fight off people. A lot of people die. There's some pretty graphic, gory ways in which they die, and there's some pretty cool surprises in this. But for a straightforward, kind of like a slasher movie, this was a fantastic movie. It's one of my top films of the year that it came out. And I finally got it from Ronin Flicks for like, I think $15 or $20 on their Ronin Flicks website. But they put this out and they have a special edition with like all the cards and stuff for like $50. But I just got the regular one because I love the movie. Up next, now a lot of these movies are going to be very Asian horror, Japanese, Chinese, Taiwanese style horror because I'm into that. And I really like a lot of cinema from overseas. This one is Stacey, which is a Mayuki Tamamatsu film that is about zombie girls who essentially it's a really weird zombie story that only the Japanese could come up with, because they do a lot of different things in it. These teenage girls between the ages of 15 and 17 begin dying all over the world. Shortly before the die, they succumb to NDH, near death happiness, a pre-death state, absolute bliss and joy. Once dead, a girl comes back as a flesh-eating zombie and nicknamed a Stacey. Now, this is extremely graphic and gory and blood-soaked. It is done in like a shot on video sort of way, like it's a digital film. It doesn't feel like a film, like they didn't shoot it on film. So it's kind of a low budget kind of indie thing, but they did a really cool job, and there's some pretty wild shit that happens in this movie. It obviously gets a little weird by the end of the movie, but it is such a memorable movie that I wanted to pick it up. I had a DVD of this and sold it years ago, and then had a copy of it because I don't know what happened, but this is from Synapse Films, which I don't even think they sell this anymore. They may, but I got this for like $6, and I was like, I've got to get it. I've been wanting to get it anyway, so I picked it up. Have you seen this film? It's pretty cool. It's different, unique for a zombie film. It's not exactly the funniest thing or the greatest thing, but it's interesting. Up next, we got like a 3-pack here. This is an interesting little set that I picked up for like $15 online. Now, if you normally get the set, there's like a slip cover that comes with it that you can stick these in. These are Kazuo Ume's horror theater set. Okay. Now, there's 3. You get the first one, which comes with, I think it comes with 2 stories. Yeah, House of Bugs and Diet. Kind of see on the back. House of Bugs and Diet. This one is volume 2. And it comes with Snake Girl and The Wish. Looks like pretty wild shit right there. And we also get the 3rd volume, which is Horror Theater 3. And this comes with a Santa Claus one called The Present and Death Make. Killer Santa Claus, though. And I believe I've seen the Killer Santa Claus. I think they put it on another like anthology of movies or something like that. But these are his collection. Now, if you've never heard of Kazuo Ume's, he is actually a manga writer as well. So he does comic books in Japan, of course. He is very well known for doing a story called The Drifting School, which they actually turned into a movie. And even in the 90s, they remade some American thing. But it was a weird kind of production for the movie that they made based on his story for the Japanese one, because it was like a Japanese-German movie. So they had like actors from both countries and production, working on the film simultaneously. I guess it was really popular in Germany, I guess. I don't know. But like I said, they made another one called The Vanishing School or something like that. Almost identical story where kids go into the future and the school gets swept up into the future, and they have to fight like these bugs and stuff, these time bugs. It's really weird. I haven't actually personally watched the whole thing yet, so I just know about it. But yeah, I haven't seen these yet. But if you get a chance and you want to pick them up, they're relatively cheap. And, I wanted to pick them up because sometimes these things just disappear. You never see them again. So I can't vouch for the quality of the shorts on here, but I felt like it was something that I should get, and I did. So here it is. Have you guys heard of this? Have you watched any of those? Is there a favorite short on there that you enjoy? Up next, we got another Japanese movie called Japanese Hell. Now, this one you may or may not have heard of before. There was another one that came out in the 60s. I was going to pair this one with the 60s version about Japanese Hell. And this is the updated version. I believe it came out in the 90s here. But this one went for a little bit more of the practical effects and sort of like craziness of hell, while the original one is a little bit more on the tasteful side, even though it is a really good film, supposedly. I have not seen either of these, But if you look at this little clip I've got right here, you can see that it's actually pretty fucking wild. So I wanted to kind of pick up some random weird shit like that. It's hard to kind of see some of it here, but they show, the guy getting his tongue pulled out with the tongs. It's just a bunch of crazy creatures and stuff. This one just really had a lot of practical effects, and I've never seen it. And I think I found it online for like $10, which included shipping. So it was on eBay. A little hard to find. It's a Tokyo Shock actual release. So if you're looking and you're curious, pick it up now. Up next, we got T2 Trainspotting. This is a movie I never actually got to see the sequel for, but this is the sequel to Trainspotting. I thought it was the original on 4K, so I guess we're going to have to pick up the original one too. I don't think Christina knew this, but she picked this up from her work. You know how they do that point structure thing where like you show up on time at work and they give you points? If you do good at work, you get points. And then you can go and buy something from their store that they can write off on their taxes. Well, this is essentially one of those items that she got from that. And she picked it up. But yeah, so I don't know how much this is worth technically, but I've never seen the sequel. So I think we're going to have to get the first one now, knowing this. And I'm going to have to tell her that she didn't get the first one. So I totally mistaken that. But yeah, were you guys a fan of that one, or did you not like it? Up next, we got another one. It's Evil Dead. Now, I know this is one that I should have already had already. And I know they have a set that was like a 4K set, but I really prefer to have the covers on a lot of my movies, instead of like the little cardboard things where you slip the discs in. And I still need to get the Evil Dead TV show, which, God, man, I want that thing so bad. I don't know why I haven't spent on it, but it's like $36 or something like that. I need to get it because I just want it. I wish they had it in 4K, but they have it on Blu-ray. So I wanted to get this. I've got the Army of Darkness coming, and I've got the Evil Dead, the newer one on 4K coming as well from Scream Factory. So I wanted to get this one since I already have the sequel to this. These look pretty good from what I remember, but I haven't seen this version yet. The Evil Dead 2 looked really good, so I'm hoping this one looks as good as that. I'm probably never getting rid of the DVDs or the Blu-rays of my Evil Dead because they all seem to have different commentary. But apparently the 4Ks that are coming out for Scream Factory, they are going to have all the extra like endings and stuff for all these movies. I think they're going to have both versions of the new remake, director's cut version one and the other one. And then they're going to have all the different versions of the Army of Darkness one. I don't know if they'll all be in 4K, but pretty sure they're going to have it. So this is just prepping for that. And then last but not least, we got ourselves Midsommar, a movie that Ari Aster did that I was not really 100% on board with. Is this movie well made? 100%. Is there some of the deepest, craziest fucking hidden shit in this movie? 100%. At the time though, the experience that I had with this just did not match Hereditary for me. Granted, Hereditary is a little bit more of a mainstream effort as far as Ari Aster is concerned. That's more of a mainstream movie than this one. But I wanted to add it to my collection anyway. I think I scored this somewhat low, so I'm going to go back in, rewatch it, see if it's changed for me, and if I do appreciate it. I mean, it is well shot. Don't hate it. I just was a little disappointed that it wasn't along the lines of Hereditary level. But it is fantastic and just about all the right way. So we got this for like $5. It's just the Blu-ray. I think you can only get the 4K from A24, which is like $125, $250 set, somewhere in there. Yeah, I'm not going to afford to pay for that, so I just got the movie. But yeah, guys, that's everything that we got this past month anyway. Some of the movies that we have in here, I usually try to do the video by the end of the month. I'm trying to do it for the same month so that you guys can search for it, but I might just put September on this one. So I try to keep it as fresh as I possibly can. Is there anything in this collection that you saw that you would like to get or that you are interested in seeing? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you have any suggestions or you want to donate movies to the cause, we do have an Amazon list that you can actually buy stuff on and send to us, and you can put a note in there and everything, and we'll review the movie. Just let us know who you are or who you want to be called by, or you can do it anonymously if you want, but I'll still do the reviews. But yeah, we got some new gifts coming, actually already in the mail for this next haul. So we already have some movies thanks to a lot of really wonderful people who we'll talk about next time. But yeah, thank you guys so much for supporting this channel and being a part of this one in particular. This is one of my favorite ones to do, is the hauls. So thank you so much for spending time with me. And as always, long live the voice. Join us